joy of children laughing around you. These are the makings of you. It is true, the makings of you.
So we have a segment of our show called the Makings of You. So we do this with every single one of our guests. Usually I would try to break everyone up. You know, I usually put one of y'all in the corner and do the whole thing and then bring the other one in. But, you know, since it's the second time, we're going to be cool because, you know, I hate when one person's, and I've done it before where we have two people in there, maybe 3 people and everybody's trying to answer, but I want to get the true answer from you, you know, not just something that's been, oh, they said this and I'm going to say that, you know, or I should switch it up. But I think we're all cool. We can make it happen right here.
Oh, yeah. I think Kid and I keep it 100. And I think this is also the reason why him and I have been friends for a long time. We keep it 100.
Okay. So are we Rose now?
It's the same. I go by Rose. Government name is the one that you saw before.
Okay. We would do the Rose thing to keep it all safe.
It's the same person. Let's say that.
So, for instance, we go pop it off. So, in my culture, it's still ladies go first, and I'm gonna ask Rose, how would you describe yourself?
That's a very challenging question. I think probably the hardest question for me to always talk about myself, right? Mm-hmm. I think I would give you a few quality of things that I do that make up who I am. So I think the biggest thing for me, if I were to say, is that I'm a Christian, right? I love traveling, and I enjoy human interaction. I'm a big sport fan, and you know, I play sport, I watch sport, I love going to arenas. So it doesn't matter. I play golf, I could watch golf, tennis, anything, any sport on earth. I'm really excited. I think probably my favorite time is every 4 years for the Olympics because you get to watch so many different sports and enjoy it. But I'm also a very family-oriented person. Coming from a very large family of 6, I'm the youngest. And, you know, trying to stay in tune with my family, but also I believe in having a village, right? I hail from Africa, Central Africa, the country of Cameroon. Although I don't think we were raised as very traditional per se, I think our childhood were mostly all based out of the Western culture, but I know that to identify family as another human in front of me, which that's why I kind of click with your podcast goals and core values. It's the respect in every single human beings. I am a human being before anything, and I like to treat people likewise. So I believe in the goodness in people. People say you're hella positive, but that's just me. I'm the giggly person to show up and light up the room. So yeah, I love everything. So I'm always having a good time in any situation that I go in. You know, I go in to be successful, and I give myself those opportunity to do so.
Okay. We love that. Okay.
Yay.
You know, I would say there's no correct answers here. It's always, well, you know, it's always correct because it's about you. So thank you, Rose.
Correct. I appreciate you.
Kid Gravity, same question. How would you describe yourself?
I'm different. I do not think normal people. Talk to myself. I'm a black nerd. I like economics and I like comic books.
You're Blurred, what they call them.
Yes. I actually wrote a screenplay called Blurred. Hopefully it'll pick it up.
Okay.
But we'll see. But like Rose, I am family oriented. Family's from Jamaica, so there's a lot of conservative values there. Mm-hmm. I somewhat grew up in the church and I rejected it because I was still kind of extreme liberal then. And I didn't like the fact that they said, love thy neighbor, but they would not, I guess, what's the word? They wouldn't congregate with gay people. Thing. Yeah, they wouldn't congregate with gay people. They said they need to burn and all that. That's fine. If that's how you feel, cool. But that just rubbed me the wrong way. And, you know, just trying to live every day, one day at a time. And like Rose said, we connected, created our podcast, where if you listen to it, we're about 97 episodes in, and I'm pretty sure there's probably at least 40% of those episodes I said something on there that people are not gonna like in December. So
President job though, he was not concerned. Why should we?
What do you mean?
He was not concerned. Donald Trump was not concerned. It was a hoax early in January.
I mean, that's fine. He said it was a hoax, but he shut down the borders in January.
Yeah, not really.
He stopped flights to China, and then a couple of weeks later, he stopped flights to Europe.
Not a couple of weeks. Took about 2 months. I think flight to Europe didn't really come down to.
I'm fine with that. My opinion's not for everybody. We're just there to inform you, make you laugh, give you about an hour worth of information and content. Hopefully make your day a little bit better, but content is not for everybody. Like you said, it can be rough at times. Depending on where the delivery is coming from, you could just get eviscerated in the comment section all day, every day.
Maybe with the interpretation. Gotcha.
Right. But as long as you're in your own conviction and you understand what you're saying, you believe it's fact, you got to stand on it.
Okay. Sure. Okay. And just quickly, usually what time is it? 3:15. We got it. But what's your podcast name?
Beyond Borders with Rogo and Kid Gravity.
Okay.
I laughed because we have 3.
That's what I say. Y'all be seeing different ones from y'all, and I'll be like, okay, I think
that's the one we created together.
That's the initial one. That was the initial. That was the.
We don't have 3.
That was the kickoff because we also have a media company called Beyond Borders Media.
Okay.
Yes.
So we started with the podcast, and that was our gateway into doing short films, which we just finished producing a couple months back.
All right.
Called Decisions. It's up there on my Instagram.
Okay.
But
let's backtrack, right? We met through film, right?
That was gonna be my next question. How did y'all meet?
Yeah, think Kid and I share that passion with film. He's a screenwriter. I'm more so a producer and director. I like how I didn't go to film school, and I don't think sometimes you would definitely need that technical knowledge. Don't get me wrong, but watching movie and understanding, everyone has a story to tell, and pretty much a film is the voice of the director or producer, that creative behind the word. So we can have the same script, but then we produce 2 different movies. Emotion wise, feelings wise. The content and substance and the acting is very different. So that's how we met. I was looking for a screenwriter. I had a very urban idea. I wrote a few pages, and I was like, okay, this is not me. Let me find someone. And I posted, and this guy is so weird that he was on a weird, I don't know where I posted. I can't even remember, but
she put it on one of them screenwriting forums, and I found it.
Like Fiverr or something.
Nah, it was screenwriting and staffing.
Okay. And how long ago was that?
5 years ago.
5 years. Wow. Okay.
It was 2017.
Was it?
Yeah. I've only known you for 3 years, baby girl.
Or 12.
I love how black people I love how you always conflate time. I like that.
Because some people believe time is
so
relative.
Long.
See, 3 becomes 5 in Rose's world.
Okay. All right. Okay. And we can find you on Instagram, YouTube.
Yes.
Okay. Definitely Instagram.
And we're gonna pull all this back at the end of it as well. So, and I put it all out. So. Kid Gravity, what do you identify as?
In terms of what?
Open-ended question. What do you like to share?
Well, I identify as a a black nerd whose family's from Jamaica. What else would I
go ahead and say the C word?
What, crazy?
Close, yeah.
Conspicuous? I don't know what C word you're referring to, Rose.
You say it all the time, but I'm not gonna say it. Go ahead. It's your question. Why am I even
Capitalist?
Hey, you see why I got
Capitalist?
separated sometimes, you know?
Capitalist? I don't know. What C word? You might as well tell him because I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm quiet now. I mean,
Now you quiet. Confused?
If
I don't know
all
what-
those, if it
I
is,
don't know.
if
I don't
you
know what
had
C word.
to, once again, it's like, but if that's what you identify, that's you know, Black nerd, Jamaica. So and that's that Jamaican, and that's cool. So we'll go jump to Rose. What do you identify as?
Huh. I mean, I'm just this girl trying to live life, really. Very adventurous. I love to travel. I love culture. Definitely love languages. I am just it's just me. It's me, period. Don't have too much characteristic. I always say it to people, I will give you a boring introduction, but I guarantee you I'm fun in person.
Okay.
So you're not a floral bud on top of a long green stem?
Kind of. That's me right there.
Okay.
Just saying.
Bloom. All right. We like it. We love it. So you usually ask this. So do y'all know your zodiac sign? What sign do you represent?
I am a Scorpio.
Scorpio. Okay.
I'm the best of the best. You already know.
Leo.
Yes.
Oh, me too. Okay.
Yay.
That's what we knew. I will.
Another Leo can recognize another Leo.
Yeah, like you said, best of the best is only one you can be talking about.
You funny.
Ain't how I heard it, but go ahead.
Every time I say that, people always get it right. It's always you. You can have the biggest ego ever, but
I'm one of those people. I don't always subscribe to them, but I respect them. Once again, it's a culture, and you go from there. So, who should I bounce with this one? I'm gonna go back to Kid Gravity.
Yes, sir.
How would you describe your childhood and your upbringing?
I love my father, and I didn't always love that man. But now, being an adult and a father and a head of household, I understand what he was trying to tell me all them years ago. It's never going to be easy, son. Every day is a struggle. But how much of a struggle is up to you. My childhood, I had a very dominating father. He wanted the best for us, and he would always push me to being the best that I can. So from enrichment classes every Saturday when other kids were playing video games, I was in some sort of classroom doing either extra math or extra English. I hated it. But now that I'm older, I thank that man for that. Because if I didn't have that, I don't know where I would be. I played tennis for a lot of years, almost 20 years. Thanks to the old man. I tell you, I mean, thank God for that man, because growing up out here in New York City, there's so much temptation out here and so much badness and so much of gangs and influences to know that if you make a mistake, there's retribution when you get home, kept me out of a lot of trouble. And, fortunately, I never did a prison sentence. I was never in jail for any long extended amount of time. I never got caught up with the wrong crowds. So, I hated the childhood, but, I'm thankful for it now in my adulthood. I guess that's the best way I could describe it.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Rose, same question. How would you define your childhood and your upbringing?
It was fun. It was a lot of learning experience. Both of my parents were completely different individual. My mother was very strict. She wanted to know what was going on in the household. Once again, 6 kid. She was always on alert. My father on the other side was the complete opposite. There was not a thing that you would tell my dad you would want to do and he would say no. Like every year I was switching sport and he was always buying equipment. I was going from soccer to tennis, completely unrelated, but he was like, okay, whatever you want to do. He always instilled that you could do whatever you want in life. You should. And my dad, I think it stemmed from, he was, he struggled in his childhood and he became someone. He went to school, he went to law school, and he was able to accomplish things. He always told me that you could do anything. Don't put limits on yourself. Go chase anything that you want to do. But my mother was always like, coming up with a plan. You have to go by step. You can't just, throw yourself up. I was the youngest, but it was completely different, right? You know how you're the baby and you get treated, you get all this gift. My sibling, fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know what it is, they did not treat me like that. They put responsibility on my shoulder right up. They were not letting me slack off or, just sit there and get fed. They were always pushing me. So now, and it was funny too, because it's 3 boys, 3 girls, right? So 1 and 2, they're girls, and there's a big age gap between my sister and I. So we really didn't connect, right? By the time I was born, they were out the house. They were 18, going to college and things like that. So I was mostly in the house with these 3 guys. And yes, they did not treat me like a doll. They would put me on their bikes and they would go places with me. They really didn't care, like, this, this is a fragile woman. We have to do this. No, you could do this. So it was very challenging. And, I grew up with that mindset that, you have to be kind and love others and do good. Whatever you put your mind into it, you would. And I think that's what we did. I believe we made both our parents proud.
Thank you, Rose. You actually answered the next question, and that was, so it go right back to kid gravity. And let me go back, Rose, before I go to that. So with your siblings, say you were the youngest, but you never felt like that stereotype of being the youngest about getting everything you want and being spoiled and things of that nature?
Yes, they would. And like, I think my father always said every time we turned, like it was a birthday, one of our birthday, he will give us gifts, but he will always remind us. Now, he passed away in 2018, but he will always say this: with great freedom come great responsibility. Now that you're 16 and I'm giving you this gift, now you have to watch out for this and this and this. And then as you even take that gift, you're happy, but then the following word got you all scared. You're like, okay, man, can I even get out with this car? You told me all about this scary stuff. I might as well just go back to sleep. But that's what it was. Yeah.
He hit you with the Uncle Ben. Wise words, though. Wise words.
Yes. So yeah, it was fun. I didn't act like I was always in the lead, and and it stuck with me too. So.
Okay. And KG, Kid Gravity.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned you had 6 siblings as well, correct?
I have 3 sisters.
Oh, you had 3 sisters. So tell us your siblings and where do you fall within your siblings?
I am
within
the
lineage?
oldest.
You're the oldest.
They already know what that means.
Okay.
They were corrupted.
Okay.
Oh, they got corrupted. Whoo, man, if my father was on here, he'd tell you stories. But they love me to death, I think.
Sure do.
I don't know about that. Sometimes I don't know. When I go to the house,
Sometimes
they love me. Sometimes they be like, all right, leave me alone. But we got along.
Nobody wanted the big brother in all of our issues, so we keep you guys away.
How much older are you than them? Like, what are the
first
ages?
one? I'm 7. The first one is 7. The next one is 16, and then the last one is 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They got gaps all between that. Okay.
Yeah,
they
Jamaicans.
definitely don't want her
Jamaicans. When you see their door closed, that means you're gonna get another sibling. That's right. I said it.
Tell me something. Okay.
Yeah.
So
but no, it's cool. I mean, I had a hand in raising all 3 of them, so that's why I said they're corrupted. I'm just kidding. They're not. But except the baby. My mama got to the baby early.
But that kind of goes into like, what were your chores growing up?
Keep your room clean. Don't bring food in your bedroom, because I had a nasty habit of putting the plates underneath the bed and forgetting about them. Bathroom duty. We take turns, but you know how that is. And I had to rake leaves. Yeah. No, that was not fun, especially come fall and winter time. That was not fun.
Up there, it's probably a little different. I guarantee that.
But let me tell you something. When you think it's nice, you see that weather. It's at 60. All right, go rake them leaves. You get outside, it's about 40. You in a t-shirt. That's not fun. And then the wind start blowing. Not fun. And we didn't have a lawnmower, so
just had to go out there and make it happen. Well, you know, it builds character. What I've heard.
Oh, it does. Oh no, it does. And I had to wash the cars.
And watch cars.
And we're talking 2 SUVs. So you know how long that took.
You got to move everybody around, you know.
Oh, that was me. I watched it. You got to vacuum and wipe it down, and then he got to come out and inspect it.
Wow.
If he see the lint on it, you got to do it again.
Okay.
But it was fun. Like I said, chores build character.
So Rose, what were your chores growing up?
That's a good question.
She ain't had none. She was the baby.
Exactly. Well, that's the funny thing. Yeah, I don't remember having to do anything besides making sure my homework were done. Now, I did assign a few chore to me. That was not really chore. It was just thing that I felt that I needed to do. I was the watch lady. So by watch lady, I meant I needed to spy on my siblings. So
snitch. Snitch.
Hey, it worked.
I did not know this. My co-host was a cop. I did not know this.
Man, that's what we find things about ourselves with the makers of you. You know, I'm like, okay.
I don't like the fact that it took your show for her to admit that she was a cop.
And I definitely use that, as a bargaining chip to get certain things that were going to get me talk. Like, I saw you coming the other day. Now you gotta talk to me. Now, and the funny thing, my mother and my parents, they really never paid attention, but if my brother were to say no to me about something, and I just look at him, I say, I'm going to mom and dad. And then, he'd be like, okay, fine, you get it. Until one day, my mom was like, wait. What did I hear? You need me to tell him something? I was like, yes, mom. Or I said, no. She said, no, come back here. And she whooped me for that, for using that against them. She said, nope, you watched them do it. You didn't tell me anything. You waited and started, blackmailing them behind my back. No, you with them too, so you get a whooping for that. So
dirty cop. That's what you being like.
Does
it seem like? Okay, and you went into the next question. You on the road here, Rose. How were you disciplined growing up?
I only remember one whooping.
The lie she tells. She don't want to tell nothing. You
don't
want to tell nothing.
As an African, people would think that you would get whooped. And that's what some of my friends, they would really get an ass whooped. But I don't remember, besides that one time that for sure, I know my mom laid her hand on me. I don't remember. If you ask my older sisters, they will tell you that I was a kid that was always ready to go to school. I would get up, get my stuff ready, and just getting ready to, for her to walk me to school and drop me off. But, I was really not in too much trouble to get, my butt whooped.
Okay. Really. So the one whooping that you mentioned about ratting out you, blackmailing your siblings, is that one whooping in your lifetime?
Yes.
Okay.
By my mother, my father. No, I was a daddy girl.
Okay. Kid Gravity.
Yes, sir.
How are you disciplined growing up?
Which year you want?
Man, hey, tell us all, man. Like, you got some stories. Once again, I used to work for CPS. If you need to share something, we're here.
Well, listen, I got that message very early. You call 911. You going with them?
Yeah.
Let's see. Shoes, the belt consistently, open hands. When you play that slap game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Imagine a 5'8" Jamaican man with thick hands slapping you open palm. Yeah, got that. Oh, I remember the legendary one that I tried to change my grades on my state tests, and that didn't work because I did not know the advent of computers and did not bother to photocopy it, so the crazy glue didn't show. And the old man found out, asked me about it, wanted to see if I was going to cop to it. I didn't cop to it. And let's just say, by the grace of God, I'm still here. Because that man, I love that man.
So you needed a lot of redirection, I'm assuming.
He deserved all these books.
I was not that bad. But this is coming from the man who every week got a call from the principal saying that I did something wrong. So, but I mean, as I got older, it was less frequent. It was more he yelling at me. So, because I had my first sister, and he didn't want to show her that if you do something wrong, there's going to be severe consequences.
Mm-hmm.
So, once you have a girl, you kind of, as a father, you kind of amend your certain things.
Okay, it kind of lead into my So, do you both have children?
I got a daughter. She's about to be a year and a half next month.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah.
And
not
Rose,
for the moment.
Okay, not for the moment. Okay, so kid, with your upbringing, even with you, Rose, if you don't intend on having children, sound like, but do y'all think how you're disciplined growing up would change? Do you think you're gonna mimic the same, or you think you're gonna adjust a little bit with your discipline style?
I got a little girl. And I got a wife, so I don't know how far I'm gonna go with that. But,
be ready.
Like, I can't even watch. She's like getting mad at me now because like when she acts up, I kind of put that dad voice on. And she's like, "You don't have to yell at her." I'm like, "Oh, here we go."
Hey, sit down.
You one of them. You one of them. God, though.
Exactly.
So, we'll see when she gets older if I have to go that route. I did tell her that she is gonna slam the door on us one day. Every kid goes through it.
So what do you do when?
That door's coming off the hinges.
Okay, that's
I go to school. That door, she ain't gonna have no door for about a
week. That was the question I had. I
ain't gonna beat her. She ain't gonna have no door.
I've experienced that, and I've done it myself. So I absolutely understand.
Yeah, the door's a lot easier than dealing with CPS.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because we finna go down south, so I know that's a CPS. So
some would even consider that a little bit of emotional abuse as well. Okay, so where do you consider home, Rose?
What do I consider home?
Where do you consider home?
Anywhere. I could anywhere really. I've always usually joke with friends and I say I could go to India today and at the airport you can drop me off and come back in 6 months. I guarantee you I won't be there. I would venture into New Delhi, into Jakarta. I would really that's Indonesia. I would adventure somewhere else. The word is my home, really. I long to meet people, to learn language, to eat their cuisine, to learn culture, to know what makes them smile, what make them cry.
Sound like I need to bring you as a guest host on this. Where you going? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I think I'm a citizen of the world. I have an African tradition in me. I have European base. Spent a few years in Europe, and now I'm in the States. It's not guaranteed. I'm planning to move back to Europe, somewhere in Europe, maybe in the next 2 or 3 years.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Thank you. Gravity. What do you consider home?
I consider home in my head.
In your head. Okay.
That's where I feel
You're the best.
It ain't about being the best. I mean, look,
that's deep.
That's where I can understand my own thoughts and I can analyze the world through there. Because, like I said before, when we started, our opinions are our opinions, and our opinions are not going to be for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody has an opinion.
And this is where we would like for y'all to give your opinions. Hopefully, you give your truths as well.
Yeah,
but that's what we're here for.
Yeah. So, my head, I mean, that's where I feel like
that's your safe space. Safe space. Right. Nobody can interrupt that in your head.
Yeah. I mean, dealing with ADD and also growing up, I had that period where my parents didn't understand what was going on with me because, like, I would slack off in school, but I just was bored in school because I got to work so quick. Like, I would fall asleep or I would just goof off, and they would think that I wasn't trying. But then they see the test, and I'm getting hundreds all day, and I just started staying in my head, and then I got focused, and I just kept doing it from there. So. This is why I don't do serial killing, because I can stay in my head.
Okay.
Because living in New York, you might want to go out and you just say F it one day.
Are you still in the New York area?
Oh God, it's another 7 weeks and we're gone.
Yeah.
We're going down south. We're gonna get that real oxygen.
Well, what part of South are you coming to?
We're going to Georgia.
Oh, okay. Got a new blue state. All right.
Yeah,
Yay.
I know.
How about yourself?
I was trying to sell her on Texas, but she said she saw y'all summer weather and she said no, sir.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke.
Yeah, that 113, that 113 Dallas I saw last summer. I was like, nope.
I was trying to sell him.
Y'all heat is dry too.
No. If you come to Houston, it's very humid. You're gonna.
I know Houston, but I was talking about like Dallas and stuff. Yeah, y'all, they got that dry heat over there.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, it's a difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I might go blue too. The way you talking,
Washington.
the way y'all was talking this year.
Yeah, hey, it comes together. It comes together. All right. Next question. What were your beliefs and what are your beliefs, Rose?
Okay. I was born and raised as a Roman Catholic, and I'm still a Catholic. I actually, kid would call it something different, but I actually teach Sunday school at my parish.
Oh wow! Okay, awesome.
So I just volunteered back again. So,
All right.
but yeah, I'm a Catholic, and believe in Jesus Christ and God, and the Holy Trinity, so the Holy Ghost too.
Okay. Yeah, I was peeping your photo you have for us. Yeah, your profile.
Virgin Mary.
We did one show. She tell you she scared the hell out of me with that photo.
He sure did. No, you were not ready. You didn't know this was me. He was like, "Wait, Jesus just showed it." That was funny, that kid.
Well, I was on one on that show.
Yeah, you were already,
Yeah, that was our first dating preference show. I was in rare form that day. But yeah. But for me, I grew up Baptist, and then, like I said, 05, I left. It's been 15 years now. I've been agnostic. I still recognize there's a higher power. I just don't know who it is.
Okay.
It might be Jesus, might be God, might be Muhammad. Who knows? I'm just on the search right now to figure that out.
Okay. Thank you. Gravity.
Yes, sir.
What was or what has been an impactful moment in your life?
Impactful moment.
An impactful moment.
That's a difficult one.
There's been a lot.
That's true.
Oh, wait, let me see if the wife. Hey, baby. Are you listening to me right now?
Oh, really loud.
Very good. Okay. My wife's not gonna like this answer, but when she told me she was pregnant. Oh, I was not ready for that.
Okay.
Oh, she'll tell you the facial expression. I know she'll never forget that facial expression when she told me. Ooh, that was.
But you were quick to send me a card, though. And you told me in French that you were going to be a dad.
Yeah, that's after.
That was Christmas. I was happy.
Yeah, that was. Do you see how long that was? We found out in September. So you see how long that it took me to get over that. Yeah, it was
just wasn't ready for it.
No, I mean, up here I was doing a minimum wage job, and we were, fighting with the landlord because the rent was kind of late, couple months. Not like we didn't pay, but we would just like pay her a little bit late, and you get to that point where things just start coming in on you, and then to hear that, I was like, Jesus Christ, how am I gonna pay for all this?
Yeah.
But like I said, she got her card saying that I'm gonna be a dad, and then as it got closer, I was getting happy, and then now she's here, and I will burn your house down and erase your family. You mess with her.
All right. Okay, I hear you, Papa Bear. Rose, what has been an impactful moment in your life?
My kid says it's been many, but if I had to pick one, I think every day, but that's not the answer. I'm trying to find one. I think for me, every day, so it's impactful. I wake up on 1,000 trying to really, really be positive and accomplish so many things.
See, she don't even start at 100.
But
you see her.
Yeah, I stayed there, right? Probably started 1,000, right? Impactful moment.
Will you
I
tell
know
us stop drinking
most.
so much coffee too before we leave? She
I
drink too
think
much
it has
coffee.
nothing to do with coffee. I think it's just me waking up with a purpose, and that's one thing that I've been doing for many years. But I would say this. I would say probably it's coupled with a couple of it's a couple of things. It's probably moving here now. The most recent years, I'm blinking.
Take your time.
It was the day you met me. She just don't want to say it.
Because I don't think I'm such a constant person. Let me explain. I'm such a constant person in my demeanor that, to get too much, a big reaction, or I don't know, most positive or negative, it's just going to be constantly. So I stay impactful moment. That's every day.
You met me. Just say it. It's okay.
Every day.
Whatever,
So
kid.
I think we share the same energy about that. I do have impactful moments, but if you feel like every day, you wake up with a new spirit, a new way to go, and how to, just excitement. It's like a new show every episode, like a new episode of Blue's Clues or Meet Mr. Rogers, as that was the show.
That's right.
You get it going. Okay. Rose, if you had a theme song, what would it be?
Theme song. Let me pull the theme song. I already know who is it gonna be.
Okay.
It's probably going to be. I got two in my head. I can't decide which one. I know it's gonna be by Lupe Fiasco.
Lupe. Push.
No, I'm thinking if it's going to be The Show Must Go On, or which is me all the time. Is that's what I told myself every night when I go to bed. The next day to keep going. Show Must Go On, but I don't like it when I go see him. That's usually the last song he plays, so it means that he's leaving the stage. But either that or Paris to Tokyo, which is talk about me loving to travel and visit Japan, because I haven't been to Japan yet. I'm going with Kid because he loves comics. But I would go with The Show Must Go On by Lupe.
Show Must Go On by Lupe. Kid, what's your theme song?
Night Rider.
Like
Yes.
Okay.
It's just me as a loner in the world.
Okay. Are you gonna have like the background when it says Night Rider? You gonna have all that? You just gonna have the beat?
And okay. I've already married myself to the fact that when I get to Georgia and I get that money, I'm buying that car.
Okay.
That's the car I take out a Sunday.
Okay, I feel it. I love it.
Sunday car.
Okay.
That's gonna be the Sunday car.
You gonna give me the keys when I come to visit?
Nah.
Okay.
Never.
I already knew that.
You get to take as many pictures as you want on it and in it, but never holding them keys. Nope.
All right.
The wife don't even get that privilege. Nope.
Cold-blooded, man.
Cold-blooded. You so strong about that. You so strong.
Listen. A man gotta have one thing in his life
of his own.
You gotta have one thing.
Hey, how long you been married?
I am going on almost 3.5 years. I haven't even hit 5 yet.
On to the next
but I've
question.
been with that woman. I've been with that woman since 2009. So
okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay, that's good. You get that.
She knows.
How do you define joy, Kid Gravity?
How do I define joy? I define joy. I would say for me, joy would be accomplishment.
That's mine. That's weird. Good.
I'm at that age now. I have so many things I want to succeed at that I push myself every day. And as long as I get something towards it done, that'll build onto the eventual success. I'm fine with that. Okay. I'm not trying to go into every day winning the day because I know that's impossible. Because then you get to a level, you get to that perfection level that no one can attain to. And you doing that, you have nothing to strive for eventually. You're going to lose your passion. So I like to take little steps.
Okay. Okay.
I like that.
All right.
Don't you steal it.
I was going to say that you're the first.
There you go.
I probably have interviewed or asked this question to at least about 60 to 70 people. And you're the first. I say joy. My accomplishments, my same thing but it's more on a smaller basis. It's on a smaller scale. Like even when I finish with this episode, that's joy. Like boom. Like when I finish with the whole edit, it's posted, it's going. I'm like, fuck yeah, I did that shit. Rose, how do you define joy?
Joy for me is that moment where I feel, usually for me, it's a sensation that I feel within myself. And it's usually start or striking up by, either not an accomplishment per se, but seeing something, it's usually related to hearing or seeing something. For me, joy is an emotion. So, and the more I have something to do with what I'm seeing, the joy of someone else, someone happy, someone crying, someone, showing some type of emotion, and I have some type of correlation to that, that's what defines joy to me. It's like a connection to any human being.
Okay, thank you. Connection. So I'm gonna go kid on this one again first. Kid, what privileges do you benefit from?
Privilege to get up and go to sleep every night and get up the next day. Privilege of seeing my kid wake up every day and smile and not be one of those unfortunate kids that are afflicted with something. Pleasure of seeing my old lady, because as much as we get on each other's nerve, we love each other. The pleasure, like I said, doing screenwriting or doing the podcasting thing, or just spending time with friends and family, because who knows, I could be dead tomorrow. So pleasure for me, pleasure is just the few things. Privilege. Yeah, the privilege of just being alive and being able to accomplish things and network with people and be able to spread opinions and messages and interact with other people. That's privilege to me.
All right. Rose, what are some privileges that you benefit from?
I think there are many, like Kid said, seeing my family, friends, doing what I love, in the field that I really enjoy, being able to volunteer in my local church. But I think the biggest privilege of all is today, is the present. It's the only time and day that I have as for what it is. It's, the past is the past, the future is not guaranteed. But for me, a privilege is today to wake up and have that day and know that is in my hand, and, and be able to impact and do my part. Kid didn't mention earlier, small step, be able to do my part, my little part, my smallest part. But the biggest privilege, is the privilege to breathe a new day every day.
Okay. Rose, who are your role models?
Role model. Do I even have these type of things? It's just like, I'm so me that I'm not me. Role model, people that I really like. I know that I've said this before, Kid doesn't he like whatever. But I had a chance to meet John Singleton when I went to LA, and in the world of film and the way he was thinking about his movie and directing them. While we were in the room, though, that was before he wrote up that show about Chicago, the Dope or Crack, whatever it's called. That was before then. And one question came from someone within the room asking him what he was working on. And he kind of talked about that very briefly. He said he's working on a show about the history of cocaine in Chicago. And someone say, well, that's interesting. Can you expand on that? And his next answer was funny because he said, really, you really think I'm going to do that, huh? With a room full of filmmaker, I'm going to just go ahead and tell you all my stories and script so that you guys could go ahead and make the movie before I do the show. But that was funny. So that was one of the biggest people. Former President Barack Obama, definitely someone that I'm looking up to, role model. Who else? Tyler Perry too. You cool people to me. But I believe in people being unique. And like I say, you do need a role model, someone to look for and up to, but take that and incorporate it to to who you are and be the one of you,
I like that. Thank you. And rest in peace to the late great John Singleton, by the way. Kid Gravity. Who are your role models?
Just my father.
And Pops. Okay.
Yeah. I don't do the celebrity thing because they'll let you down. And then when you tell them that you let them down, they'll say, I don't care, move on. When your old man lets you down, you feel it. And he feels it. So it's got to be my old man. Okay. I know the answer is quick and to the point, but no, that's how he raised us. He was quick and to the point.
This is the makings of Kid Gravity as well as the makings of Rose. So, who else could it be? This is, like I said, it's all you. Okay. If you could start over in life, like hit the reset button, would you? Kid Gravity.
You mean start way fresh?
Hell, you want to start it?
I would probably restart from age 16. Okay. Yeah. I like, even though I said before that my childhood was rough, I did enjoy it also, but from 16 on, I know there's certain things that I could change that would probably make my life now a little bit better.
Gotcha. Okay. Rose, same question. If you could restart, you got Jesus came down, hey, give you one opportunity here, you hit that reset button, would you do it?
Nope.
Okay.
Not at all. I always tell that to people. And then I usually follow up and say it's not because, everything is quote unquote, perfect or anything like that. Is because who I am is a testimony of who I was. And if I were to delete that, then it won't be me no more. So I have it all. And I'm gonna keep it like that. Yeah, it's a big decision though, but hey, I love the old me. Might not too much, but hey, it's made it better me.
Hey, I'm right there with y'all, Okay. How do you relax, Rose?
Hit the gym. Probably look for a game to play, like outside game. I do play soccer and flag. Now, not so much because the league that I was playing in got shut down because COVID. So we're not playing anymore, which is sad. But
COVID did a lot of damage to intramural sports.
So I would just go to the gym or run outside because sometimes the gym can be stuffed too. A lot of people, and I love exploring my neighborhood. Usually taking routes that I haven't taken before, and come back and I feel great. Sometimes I just decide to work on some creative project. Decide to work on artwork. Sometimes write poetry. So that's about it. Anything.
All right. Okay, Gravity, how do you relax?
Video games, Hulu. I've been watching a lot of old movies to get, reinvigorated with writing. So I'm watching a lot of action comedy movies, and don't laugh, but I've been watching the Golden Girls again. I think this is like my fifth time. It's like my fifth time watching Golden Girls. I'm just saying, some people like I went over my parents' house the other day, and I was teaching the baby. I was like, hey, you ever heard of Golden Girls? That she just looked at me. She's like, what is that? I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. And I tried to tell her about Family Matters, and she gave me that blank look again. I was like, oh, Lord, you got so much to learn. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing for 2021, getting her into Family Matters. But yeah, it's either TV or video games, or I've been watching a lot of old boxing matches lately too, and getting back into the UFC because apparently that's the only sport where everybody's cool and nobody's trying to be, they're not trying to push an agenda. They're just trying to be themselves. So, and that's obviously the best sport out right now. That's the best sport out right now. That's because an individual
sport. Okay.
Yes, I like one-on-one sports. I like one-on-one sports.
When you don't have 53.
And that's why we see once again. That's why we separate the Megans and you, because we can see all these things would make the discussion.
What?
All this brings up the discussion.
He's so annoying.
See, I know.
Listen. The Anderson Silva fight last week, and man, it was rough. It was rough watching. It was rough.
I think he's retiring after this.
I don't think so. They're already trying to get him another fight. I don't think so. He said he'll see.
Question.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure with Kid Gravity, I think he can answer this one like boom.
Mm-hmm.
When did you realize you were different?
Third grade.
Okay, third grade. 8 years old.
8 years old. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's when I realized that I wasn't just a class clown. I did not think like everybody else. I moved differently. My path in life, where you guys would just go straight A to B, I have to go to C first before I get to B. Like, things for me don't work out like it would work out for somebody else. Like, there's no clear path for me. I understand that.
Okay. Rose, I know yours is going to be so beautifully put together. When did you realize you were different?
I think I was probably 12, 13 years old. And up to today, one of my older brother always remind me of that moment. And it was funny. He walked in the room and it was dark. I turned off the light and I was just sitting there. I'm not going to say meditating, but I was really thinking. I was thinking about the most craziest, most philosophical question that a 12-year-old shouldn't be asking themselves about why and how, and the why of the how and the how of the why. Because that's exactly the answer that I gave him. He turned the light on. I was like, what the hell? What you doing here? And I'm like, man, I'm asking myself, what were you doing? I'm asking how and why things are the way they are. And, my brother, he's funny because his brain, it's so mechanical. You're like, I ain't doing this with you. Go back to what you're doing. But, I've always asked myself the most hardest question. The thing is not for me to find the perfect answer, or I don't even think there are a right or wrong answer. For me to understand in my own way and be happy with that. Okay. And then once I get to that point, I'll move on to the next one.
All right.
But yeah.
I'm going to thank you both for sharing. What is a quote that you live by, Rose?
I actually have two by me. And I like to say life is meant to be lived. And that's what I tell the people I work with all the time. But I just came up with one, designing one of our website with Kid, and is I live to breathe and I breathe to live.
Okay. New sheesh. All right. What do you like? All right, Kid. What is a quote that you live by?
I don't even have one, honestly.
Hey, that's fine.
I never thought about it.
That's fine.
Oh, you will say I know it Rose on a daily basis.
All right. Okay. So since Kid didn't have one, that's fine. But we're going to one of my favorite questions. All right. Your last meal. What will it be and who would prepare it?
Okay. I guess I'll do it.
It was on you. It was all on you right there.
Oh, I didn't know
That was all you.
That's why I said
whatever.
kids.
All right. I want a 10-course authentic Szechuan Chinese dinner prepared by this Chinese chef called Chen Kenichi. I used to watch him on Iron Chef. I love that show.
Okay.
10 courses.
How do you pronounce spell that person's name if you know, or just say it for me?
Chen, and then the other name is Kenichi.
Okay, got it. Chen Kenichi. All right. Rose, your last meal.
Last meal.
What will it be, and who were prepared?
I don't know. I'm very, so easy with food. I mean, quite frankly, I do some jerk wings for real. It doesn't matter who makes it. As long as it's good, they're good. They have this place called the Jerk Pit here in Maryland. So as long as I get that from the Jerk Pit and it tastes bomb.
You're in Maryland? How did I miss that? What part of Maryland?
Prince George's County.
You're the fourth person from PG County.
Really? Yay,
Yes.
PG in the house.
Okay.
PG Co in the house.
So I cannot say
you're gonna get us started.
So I can't say you're from Baltimore, right?
Oh no.
Man,
people, we don't know them.
Hey, when y'all get done with this, go back and listen to the season finale of season 2. Like, you will enjoy it.
Okay.
You'll enjoy it.
I got you.
Yeah, when our PG County representatives. Okay. What's your favorite holiday, Rose?
Favorite holiday? I would say Easter.
I know it. Why do you say that?
If I had to pick, I think as a Christian, that's the resurrection. So that follows the beliefs of us being born again and giving eternal life in heaven. So I'll go with that. Now, I wanted to say Christmas too, but Jesus is just born. Now he has to die and come again. So I'll go with
Okay. Thank you. Gravity. What's your favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving.
All right.
Yes, because as us chefs, that's our favorite holiday because that's the day we're the most creative.
Okay, I love that.
Wait, do I get an invite, kid?
What? Huh? What's his
Never
name?
mind.
What's his name?
Go ahead, Drake.
Listen. You're African. If you're not there at Thanksgiving dinner, you get yelled at.
That's true. That is very
right?
true.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Can't go nowhere. My mother's looking
The only
for
other
all
place
her
you can go
kids.
is your husband's house.
Literally, that's it.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. The same thing with some African American families here as well.
Yes.
How would you? Well, this is the last 2 questions. Okay, we're almost wrapping it up, y'all. So, start with kid. How would you want people to remember you?
I want people to remember me that they knew that I was off the wall, but I had a good heart. I am you saw how I was on the other show. I'm not exactly the best person to talk to on certain topics because I'm kind of married to what I believe in, but
You live in your head. It's okay.
Right. I live in my head. Exactly. See, he getting it. I wish other people would get it that quick, but they think I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. I'm just different. That's how us blurs are. We're different. We don't subscribe to regular thinking. We like to think for ourselves. But I want people to remember that when you get what you got from me, you got the truth. And that's coming from a dude that used to lie a lot.
Okay.
So
you want people to know that you were truthful in what you were saying.
Yeah, and I'm loyal to the end. And just know that I will help you in anything you need as long as I don't have to kill nobody that didn't deserve it.
All right. Okay. Got you. Rose, how would you like people to remember you?
Probably as the happiest motherfucker who lived on earth. That's all.
Jesus Christ, you had to go see her. There she go. That's
Hey.
how she is on the show. She always be slipping when we try to keep it
Wait,
clean.
he cursed earlier.
Oh,
I understand, but I'm saying for the audience that don't know us, when we try to keep it clean, you slip you slip an F word in there, and I gotta go either clean it up or I gotta leave with the E.
I think we did a good job, and I started it. Usually, if you listen to the show, oh my god, you listen to season 1. Oh my
season
goodness.
1, I will.
Man, wow, like it's the reason why we didn't show our faces, but
What?
But
like,
I mean, especially if I want to start putting some of this stuff up on YouTube, they cracking down on that stuff. So
oh yeah, I'm talking about explicit, not safe for work. But season 3, I'm trying to clean it up a little bit.
Okay.
But
that's only one word that I dropped today.
Yeah,
but
you're the same one that got you be dropping F words, but then got mad at me that 3 shows in a row had the E on it. I was like, that's your fault.
But when you edit and you don't want to have it, oh my god, that's work. But hey, we understand.
Hey, that's why I downloaded a bleep.
But this is an adult themed podcast. So it's all love. It's all love. Okay. Last question. And we're going with Rose, and we're gonna go to Kid. Rose, how would you define your culture?
My culture is
not even define. How would you describe your culture? I apologize.
Describe my culture. Now I have what I would say in my original culture, which is very traditionalist. But once again, we were never really exposed to that. So I think my culture is a bunch of mixed culture. It's everywhere that I've gone, I took a piece of that place with me. And in so many different levels, the way I'm thinking, my accent even is like, people say you don't have a typical African accent. You sound from all over the place. And sound from all over the place. I think if I had to remember one word, and this is probably what one of my top favorite creative is Pharrell Williams and his brand Human. That's my culture, the human race. I got to a point where I would accept people that would think different and try to always seek, something positive, something good to get from that. So it's from all over the world. It's different languages. I speak probably fluently 3-4 language, and I want to learn some more: French, English, Spanish. In my mother native tongue. And I want to learn some more. I want to learn Mandarin. I know a few words in Russian, a few words in German. So it's all over the place. It's the word. The word is truly my home.
What language do you know, if you mind sharing?
French, English, Spanish. Like I said, my mother native tongue. It sounds very similar to Chinese. That's where I think I could learn it very quickly too if I weren't to learn Mandarin. And a little bit of Russian, the basics, like the greetings.
When you say, what is your mother's native tongue? What is that called?
It's called Buddha.
Buddha.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, thank you, Rose.
Yeah. And
like
a greeting, it will be like Junction, huh?
Junction? Okay. Well, I sure got to follow you up with some things we got in the near future. But kids, all right. You close out with the last question. Same question. How would you describe your culture?
My culture. Well, my culture is, I want to say moderate, because we grew up in a conservative house for the most part. But then, of course, you go to high school and college and you start moving over to the left. So, and then as you get older, you move back to the center. So, yeah, I guess you would have to say moderate, because like I said, you understand your parents, they instill certain conservative values in you. And then you go out in the world and see everybody else doing things and you want to be like everybody else. So you tend to go more liberal over there. Then you realize you could still have some of that, but you also got to go back to your conservative values. So yeah, I would say our culture is more moderate. It's more of old school Jamaican philosophies, but you have that American influence on top of it.
Okay.
So it's like a clash of. It's not a clash of cultures, but it's more like you mix one part, and then you get something.
It's a recipe.
It's a blender. You blend it all.
Okay.
Thanks, Rose, for the
sound effects. We greatly appreciate that. I like it. I love it. All right. So right now, we're about to close the makings of you, and there's the makings of Kid Gravity and Rose. Is it still Rose Gold, or we're just gonna go by Rose?
Let's go, Rose.
Okay, we're Rose. We greatly appreciate y'all being on for the makings of you. We're gonna jump into our episode. Make sure to listen to them before you listen. When you listen to the episode, make sure to go back and listen to them and the makings of you as well, to get to know their background, upbringing, and some of their traditions as well. Once again, shout out y'all handles. How can we find y'all?
I guess so you can find me on Instagram at Kid Gravity Beyond. You can also find me on Twitter, even though I deleted it yesterday, at Chef Boyardee, the Chef Boyardie, and also on Beyond Borders Podcast. And those are the two places. I don't do much. I don't do TikTok. I don't do Snapchat and all that. I got enough apps on my phone, and my battery dies enough quickly as it is. So you can't find me there. I'm not giving you my phone number.
Hey, well, there you have it. And Rose.
You can find me at Rose Gold DC on IG.
And that's you sure that's the right one? Because if I search for you and it says
I knew, and that's exactly what I wanted to say. Just go ahead and tell them where they can find me, Kid.
No, that's your handle. Don't put that on me.
Well, actually, that's right. It's Rose.go DC. Okay, it's a dot. It's Rose.go DC.
Okay, y'all are you on YouTube? Anything like what they looking for?
Kid Gravity Beyond is our YouTube page. We're starting, like I said, trying to put up some more content on there. Actually,
we definitely fun in person. Look for me. I'm always down for social gathering. Always.
Hey,
6 feet, man. 6 feet.
Y'all know we be on
until Martin Luther King Day. Then it's not 6 feet no more because it was all up. No, never mind.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that in a second. Please, y'all make sure to listen to this upcoming episode. It ain't gonna be too long. We're gonna chop it in. But once again, this is your host, Mr. D713, with Everything Culture, with the makings of Kid Gravity and Rose Gold. Our goal here on Everything Culture is to explore different backgrounds, traditions, and beliefs and social norms. And, you can find us on anywhere you can listen to a podcast. You can find us on YouTube at Everything Culture. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and www.everythingculture. And you can find us on Twitter, THG Culture. Also, we're on the Stereo app now as well, so check us out there. But I want to say thank y'all again so much. And as always, we do this because of words from Martin Luther King, that he believed men hate each other because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other, and they don't know each other because of segregation. Because of segregation, we have miscommunication. Our goal here on Everything Culture is to have conversations with different people from different backgrounds, so we can start understanding one another, so we can start loving one another. Thank you all, and God bless.
Thank you so much for your time, Drake. Appreciate you.
No problem.